Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to FVR Season 14, Round 3, the Hungarian Grand Prix. The third time actually that we tried to start, but we had no audio, so apologies for that. We have, Adrian Tishy going into the wall here. We're underway for about 10 minutes now, just 7 minutes left in quali. We have Legend Rosenberg here in P1 on a 13.6, which is a great lap from him. He didn't manage to improve his second run here, but he will go for a third one here. Callum Birch, who is invalidated his outlap, luckily that's not really an issue for him. He's on a 13.7, same for Tyler Davison, who had a great race last time round, although he got into a collision with Avesta, who is coincidentally right behind him. Then we have Matthew Cobbs, who has put in a great lap, a 14.2. Same goes for Luke Davies, also a 14.2. We want him to be a bit further up the road, as we expect from him, but surely he will give us that later. Then we have Liam, who, big snap here for Liam, in Sector 2 here. He's on a 14.3, he's actually improved while I was trying to fix the audio issues, as we have Juan Hernandez on a 14.5 in P8. Then we have Jatin going out for his third run here in P9 on a 14.7. Tim Higher, 14.8. Last time he got a P20 because he didn't manage to set a lap. Surely he's got one on the board now, so that's good for him, but he's in P10 and he's going at it here in Sector 2. He's really pushing on his lap actually. Oh, very tight there. He almost got the track limit, but he just about managed to keep it out. This one you need to take flat, and he's 1/10 up on his previous time, so no improvement just yet, but the last sector can make a big difference because this corner here is very difficult. Stay tight to the apex and make sure to get a lot of traction out there. Same goes for this one. Rear sliding a little bit, but he's going just right, and he's managed to improve 1/10, but that's put him in P11 now. So placed him, Tim Higher in P11. Then we have got Sam Faith in P12, Piero in P13, Julius in P14, who had a great performance last time out, but this time just not getting it right just yet. But we have 5.5 minutes on the clock, and he's going for a lap here, coming round the last turn, apologies, into his lap. This one you need to really brake very hard and keep it at the apex really tight. Don't spin here, it's downhill, traction is very difficult to get, and then on the next turn on the left hander here you need to stay tight to the apex. Go into third gear, then throttle out of the turn, full throttle all the way onto the sharp left hander here, where you need to be cautious of not spinning. I wanted to say not getting a track limit, but Julius has overshot it a little bit as he's got a spin into the wall there. He was improving 5/10, so it's not over for him just yet, but this is really unfortunate for Julius. So you've got Tyler coming around turn 13 here onto the last turn. He's on a lap as well, as Avesta has just gone to P2. Tyler coming round the last turn, 1.5 tenths down on his time. He will go to provisional pole, as Luke Davies actually improved to a 14.0. Same goes for Matthew Cobbs, he's gone to a 14.1. Liam out on his outlap now, coming round the final turn to go for his third one here. Juan is on a lap, he is almost equal to his previous lap, just about improving 2 thousandths here as he's coming up to the full throttle section. Into turn 12, you really need to brake sharp here, then turn it in and don't get a track limit there. It's very easy to get a track limit. This one on the left, stay to the inside and try to play a bit with your throttle pedal because it's very difficult to get a lot of traction there. Same goes for this turn, full throttle all the way to the end, and he's going to P7 with a 14.3, as we just have Matthew Cobbs retiring here. I believe he's satisfied with his lap. P6 for him, 14.1, as we just have Liam Hausman spinning once again. He's known for that. Behind him is Callum Birch, who is on an outlap. He's just passed him, but Liam Houseman, of course, spinning once again as we're used of him doing that. Tyler probably will go into the pits as he's just done his lap. Or is he going for it? Is he going for it? Nope. He's not going for it. Legend, however, is going for it. He's coming around the final turn, going for his lap here. Can he take pole from Tyler here? Tyler, of course, still has enough time to go out for another lap. This will be Legend's final run here, so he really needs to get it right here. Luke Davies, of course, retiring as well. He was satisfied with his lap. And he will start from provisionally P5. Could change later on. Same goes for Tyler. Legend not down on his time. He's not improving just yet. Into the sharp chicane here. You really need to get that right with the braking. He does get it right with the braking. That's almost perfect. Legend is struggling with the balance. Coming to turn 12 here, he's 1/10 down on his provisional, previous lap. This will be enough for pole if he can extend this to the end. Coming round the final turn, Legend Rosenberg, will he get or will he not get? And he's gone to a 13.4, beating Tyler by more than a tenth actually. Callum Burge not on his lap, he is not improving, but can he get something around the last turn? Yes, he can. He actually beats Avesta here, who is in the pit, so he won't beat him. Callum is starting from P3. We have Legend in pole and Tyler, who is not even able to set another lap, so I think that's top 4 sorted, thereabout, unless someone from the bottom of this list can upset. We saw Julius on a lap. He is now on a lap where he is 4/10 down on his previous time, improving a lot here. That would actually put him into P13, P12, somewhere around that. Can he gain another 10th, maybe 2 to get that top 10, just like last week? Morris Schumer here. He's not going to improve. Same goes for Nathan. Chatton is on a lap, coming around the final turn here, just ahead of Julius Gassner, who is right behind him. And he will go to a 14.3, which puts him in 8th, and now Julius will go to a 14.7, which puts him into P13. Have we got anyone else on the track? We've got Pierre. 1/10 down on his previous lap. And he's just given up on his lap. I think that's it for quali here. Pretty sure. So Legend goes to pole. We have Tyler Davison right behind him. Then Callum Birch in P3. Avesta Gobadi in P4. Luke Davies in P5. Matthew Cobbs P6. Juan Hernandez P7. Chetton on a P8, which is a really good result for him. Liam Houseman P9. Morris Schumer P10. Nathan Marriott P11. Tim Denhyer P12, Julius Gassner P13, Sam Fate in P14, Piero DeLearn in P15, Adrian Tishy in P16, and Matthew Stotts didn't manage to set a lap, so he's starting from P17. We'll be right back for the start of the race. Just a moment here. So once again, your grid for round 3, the Hungarian Grand Prix. We have Legend Rosenberg in P1, Tyler Davison in P2, Callum Birch P3, Evestegobadi P4, Luke Davies in P5, Matthew Cobbs, P6, Juan Hernandez P7, Jaden Penguru in P8, Liam Hausman in P9, and Morris Tumor to round off the top 10 here for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Lights out in just a few minutes. Those few minutes have gone by really quickly. It's only been 20 seconds, but here we are for the start. I expect a lot of medium hard runners here. I think it's going to be a one stop, unless of course chaos happens, which we saw it last time. Quite a hectic race there in Australia. Now we're in Hungary for round 3, as we're just about to get lights out and racing here. Yeah, I expect a lot of medium to hard strategy runners. Maybe further back they'll start on the hards, but I doubt we're gonna see any softs here. I hope there's someone who's bringing a surprise here though, as it's normally only 30 seconds. This should be any moment now then. As there we are, and it's lights out and we go racing. We have Legend Rosenberg in P1, Tyler Davison right behind him. Is someone going for the dive on the inside? No. Callum Birch round the outside as Tyler Davison and Vesta make contact here. Callum Birch go into P2. Luke Davies gone into P4 as Tyler Davison once again gets his bit of unluckiness here. Same goes for Juan Hernandez, and Julius has made up a lot of positions here. Oh, there's chaos right at the back. What are we seeing here? Someone spun. Matthew Cobbs has spun here at the start. But we have Legend Rosenberg leading. Then Callum Birch right behind him. Evestegobadi in P3. Luke Davies really pushing onto that podium here in P4. Tyler Davison, of course, once again being unlucky as we have someone shooting over the chicane here. Julius Gassner going into P7 already. Great start from him. Let's actually see who made up the most positions. Yeah, of course, that's going to be Julius here. We have Sam Faith with a good start as well. P5, Juan Hernandez down 3 positions. Same goes for Tyler Davison, 3 positions down. Adrian Tishy from P16 going into P12 now. And Matthew Cobbs 9 positions down, as he's actually managed to gain 2 here, but he's going into the pits. Legend Rosenberg coming round the first time here on lap 1. Of course, he is starting on the mediums, as I expected. Now we're going to look at the tires, and yep, it's only mediums and hards. We have Liam Hausman, the first one to do the alternative strategy here in P10, pushing here Sam Faith's position in P9. Can he go for a dive here? No, he can't. He's not trying it. Jaden Penguru in P6. Great stuff from him. Let's see if he actually managed to gain some positions on the start. Yeah, he did. 2 positions on the start. That's a great position for Jaden. He's really putting a lot great performance in so far, but there's still 33 and a half laps to go now. Matthew Stotts managing to get 3 positions at the start, as we have of course 3 people pitting. We've got Morris Tumor pitting onto the hards, Matthew Cobbs into the mediums, and Nathan Marriott onto the hards. I don't know what happened with him, but he surely got some wing damage. Timden Higher still in P12. He didn't get that much of a great start, I believe. Nope, he stayed in the same position. Same goes of course for Legend, but he started in P1, so that's not really a surprise. Let's see who can stay in DRS here. We've got Jaden as the last one of this train ahead. Then we've got a 2.3 second gap from Julius onto Jaden, which he needs to close. Then we've got Juan Hernandez right behind him, who is of course looking to make up a lot of positions here. We're used to Juan Hernandez doing a great performance, usually getting onto the podium position. As right behind him we've got Sam Faith and then Liam Houseman. Adrian Tishy on a 1.4 gap. He's got a great start, but he needs to catch up onto the DRS train as he goes wide here. Oh, big moment for Adrian there. Oh, once again, balance doesn't look very right on his car. Oh, he's going wide again. What is happening? Keep your calm here, Adrian. There's still a long way to go. Anything can happen. Jadden has lost the connection to DRS here, which will cost him a lot. Or can he just get it back? I don't think he has it. We'll check it here. Nope, no DRS for Jadden. So Jadden has actually lost DRS here. Tyler managing to break the DRS, and he's right on the tail of Luke Davies, who has also managed to, well, not just yet, but he's close to losing the DRS here in lap 4 already. Avesta Gobadi and Callum Birch following Legend here. They're still in a lot of DRS, I believe. Legend will have a lot of ERS as well. Going into Sector 2 here. As Liam Houseman has actually managed to pick up a 3 seconds this early in the race. Liam Houseman, of course, he's won 2 races. Oh, same goes for Julius Gassner here, who is actually in P8. That's a shame for him. The 3 seconds, you really need to avoid getting that, because it's gonna cost you a lot in the end. And Liam is just going over the track limits here. Again, of course, we've got Liam Houseman winning 2 races previously, 2 in a row actually. And of course, very well known for that pole lap in Miami, as we've just got a safety car because Adrian Tishy, he has spun. He didn't have the balance in his car, and he didn't keep it calm. Yeah, so a safety car in lap 4 then, as we just had Legend Rosenberg breaking the DRS to Callum. Well, that will all just be undone here. Same goes for Hester Gobani, and now, of course, Chatton can catch up back to the front group. Same goes for Juan Hernandez, who had a 4-second gap that he had to close. He's now ahead of Julius Gassner, as we just missed that overtake apparently. Then we have Sam Fate in P9, Liam Houseman in P10, of course. Julius and Liam with the penalty already this early, and then to have a safety car, which is really, really something you do not want to see at this point. Tim, then higher, he's managed to gain 1 position here. Started in P12, he's now into P11. Someone who's doing a great start here as well is Matthew Stotts. He has started from P17 after retiring early in the qualifying session. He is now in P12, as he has Piero DeLearn right behind him in P13. Well, I say right behind him, there's still a 17-second gap, but I'm sure he will catch up. This is great also for the guys who pitted early, the Matthew Copps, Morris Schumer and Nathan Marriott. They pitted early, so they might win some positions here if they manage to catch up early to the guys ahead. But it seems like the safety car is really holding them up here, so this might actually be great for those guys. Let's see what tire they're on. So we've got the whole top 9 on the 4-lap old mediums. Then we've got Liam Houseman on the hards. Tim Denhire on the hards as well. Matthew Stotts is on the 4-lap old mediums. Then we've got Pierre DeLearn, who is on 0-lap old hards. Actually, he managed to pit last lap, I think. Then we've got Matthew Copps on the mediums, and the last 2 guys, Morris Tumer and Nathan Marriott, on the hards. They will catch up here, so yeah, no reason to pit just yet. I think lap 5 is a bit too early to stop, unless you've got damage, of course. But there you go, 4 people who have stopped so far, as we've just gone into the safety car line here. Oh, we've got a position swap here. No, it was only briefly. Timden Higher, of course, he was in P11, and Matthew Stotts, he was in P12. Strategy from here is just to stay on the tire that you started on. Of course, the guys on the mediums, they're a bit unfortunate with this one because they were probably looking to pit just in their window, but lap 5 will be too early. When will the hards be better than the mediums? I think that will take some time. And for Liam to be starting from P10 here on the restart with the hards, same goes for Tim, of course, will be quite difficult. Safety car in this lap. Wow, that's early. Safety car in this lap. Legend is pulling a gap to the safety car, or well, he's letting the safety car go in and then he's pulling a gap. Where will he go? I have no idea. I think it's going to be the last turn or either before the last turn. Let's hope it's not going to be chaos here, as we've just got Matthew Stotts leaving the session here. He needs to rejoin very quickly. Legend Rosenberg, when is he going to go? He's got Callum Birch right behind him, and he is going now, as Tyler was really sleeping here. He's missed out some time. Not Luke Davies, he is right on the ass of Avesta Gobadi. Same goes for Avesta to Callum. Is he going for it? Is he going for the dive? No, not yet. We're all clean to turn 1 so far. Is there stuff happening behind us here? We've got Liam Hausman on the inside of Sam Fate. Julius Gassner, who is ghosted apparently. Has he hit someone? Liam Hausman going into P8 on those hards. Further down we've got Timden Higher, who's just gone into the pits. I don't see a reason. Same goes for Matthew Stotts. They've gone into the pits as we're on lap 7. We've got Legend Rosenberg leading. Then we've got Callum Birch as we just got Liam Hausman. Oh my god, he's spun again. He's managed it again. What is he doing? Oh, he's breaking a lot of braking markers here. That's not really what you want to see there. Morris Schumer ghosted. Well, anyway, P1 Legend Rosenberg, then Callum Birch, then we've got Avesta Gobadi, Luke Davies in P4 and Tyler Davison in P5, Chetan Panguru in P6, still holding on to that P6 here, and hopefully he can stay with the DRS train now, because that's going to be crucial. He's got Juan Hernandez right behind him, who is looking to make up a lot of positions. Then we've got Julius Gassner, who has already lost that gap to the DRS. He's now in 1.8 seconds to Juan Hernandez. Then we've got Sam Fate on his 7-lap old mediums, as we've just got Liam Hausman spinning. Once again, losing his wing also, I believe. Oh, there's stuff happening here at the front. We got Legend Rosenberg now down to P6. Callum Birch, he has gone up to, well, he's gone down to P5. Then we've got Jan Panguru into P4. Tyler Davison into P3. Luke Davies in P2. And Avesta Gobadi, he has gone to P1. Did Avesta and, oh, big snap there for Avesta. Did Avesta and Legend make contact here? Did Avesta go for a move, and did Legend spin, or what happened there? I'm not too sure just yet, but Avesta is leading. Legend looking to make up his 5 lost places here. He is not going past Callum on the track, as Callum is going into the pits here as the first of many. Surely he is going on to the hards very early here, as we've got Liam Hausman once again with a yellow flag. I don't know if he spun or what happened here, but Callum into P13. Oh, he managed to pick up damage from that incident at turn 1, as Avesta goes off the track here. Sorry, that's Julius. Julius goes off the track there. He is now losing 2 positions to Pierre Deleuran and Sam Fate. Sam Fate now moving up into P7. He's got a big gap to close, as you can see in front of him. 2.5 seconds to Juan Hernandez. Oh, so we got someone spinning here. Legend Rosenberg. Did he make a mistake, or what happened there? Let's keep with Legend for a bit. Right behind Juan now. Juan, who's actually managed to make up a lot of positions, I'm sure. Oh no, it's only 2 positions. Sam Fate and Pierre Deleuran, they have managed to make up a lot of positions. They're 7 positions ups. Then we've got Julius Gassner 4 positions up, and Matthew Cobbs, he is slowly but surely trying to make up that ground as he's just picking up a 3-second penalty here. We saw on board there. He's just going over the track limits there, and that's giving him 3 seconds extra to add to his race time at the end. Jetin, he cannot keep up with DRS. We've got the top 3 here. Avesta Gobadi, Lightning, Luke, aka Luke Davies. Then we've got Tyler Davison, and right behind him, of course, Jetin Penguru, who has lost DRS. Now is the chance for Juan Hernandez to get that position and to make up some ground to the front here. But he's got one man behind him who is called Legend Rosenberg, and he is, of course, looking to make up a lot of ground as he's just lost a lot of ground. And we have Liam Hausman out of the session now officially. Well, is it officially? He's left the session. I don't know what's happened there. It's very rare that Legend makes these mistakes. I don't know if there were any mistakes of himself. I mean, Avesta is very well known for, of course, being a bit aggressive with his move, so some stuff could have happened here. Is he going for a dive? No, he was looking at it very briefly, but then he gone back, of course, as this is not really a place where you want to make these moves. I think it's going to be a double overtake. Jetin, brace yourself, because there's going to be 2 very rapid people right behind you who are going to unleash their whole battery on your rear here. Or is that going to happen? Legend Rosenberg is going on the inside of Juan here. Oh, they make contact. They make contact again. And Legend Rosenberg on the inside now. He pushes him wide, but he managed to stay on track and overtake Juan Hernandez here. Legend Rosenberg going into P5 now. Ahead of him, of course, Jetin Penguru, as we've just got Callum Birch going to the fastest lap on his new set of hards after pitting as the first of the front row. He had to change his wing because he got damage. So we've got... Oh, Julius. What's happened there? Morris Schumer spinning round after most likely collision with Julius. Oh, big snap for Julius. Too quick on the throttle there, Julius. You need to keep calm. You've got a lot of ERS, so you need to just put that to work and try and catch up to Nathan Marriott, who is ahead of him. He's won 1 place from the start. He is right behind Matthew Cobbs, who didn't have a great start. Oh, safety car again. More Schumer and a reset to track. That's not allowed. That's unfortunate for him, but we've got Juan Hernandez now pitting as the first, as these guys, they already passed the pit lane before getting the safety car. We've got Juan Hernandez as the first. He's going to get a big advantage here from this. This is mega. Juan Hernandez is getting a crazy boost here on the start of this race. We're only 12 laps in, but Juan Hernandez is making up a lot of positions here. We've got Pierre Deleuran, who is now in P6 in his McLaren. He will get on the back of this line here behind the safety car. We've got Avesta Gobadi, then Luke Davies, who has apparently managed to... No, actually no. Tyler was already behind him. Luke Davies in P2 and Avesta Gobadi in P1. Can Luke Davies actually manage to get a podium this time? Last time in Australia he didn't manage to get any pace, really. His qualifying was really disappointing. His race could have been better. Certainly Luke Davies is, of course, someone who is in the mix most of the time. Now he's in P2. It's a great spot for him. But of course we've got Juan Hernandez here on the new hards, whereas the guys ahead of him, they still need to pit. And they're on 11 lap old mediums. That's really going to be a big difference here. We've got Pierre Deleuran on his hards. He is 7 lap old hards. We've got Callum Birch now, who is really unlucky with this safety car, I must say, because the guys ahead get a free pit stop and he has already done his pit stop. He had to change his wing. But that's costing him a lot of positions here, as he's now down to P8. He was on P2 at the start. As we see the front 5 going all in for new set of tires. We've got Jetton who almost overtook Tyler there. But yeah, he's going to lose a lot of places. Of course, he's double stacking with Luke Davies here, so Jetton will lose some positions, which will be really unfortunate for him. Then we've got Legend Rosenberg, of course. He was in P5. He will now move up into P4. Slight snap there for Tyler Davison, as we've got Matthew Cobbs now in P5. But let's look at Sam Fate here, because he actually pit as well, as we have Tim Den Higher now getting 3-second penalty for track limits. That's very surprising, because we have a safety car, Tim. You should just keep it on the grey stuff and then you'll be alright. No need to push it here. Oh. So yeah, let's look at the strategies here. We've got Pierre Deleur now on 8 lap all hards. He's surely going to lose a position to Juan Hernandez here on the restart, or maybe the lap after. Then we've got Callum Birch, who is now actually in P3. He was in P8 just a few minutes ago. Well, actually a few seconds ago. He was in P8, but of course the front 5, they went into the pits for new tires here. Then we've got Sam Fate, who is on new hards in P4. Sam Fate is having a really good race here, because he managed to make up a lot of positions at the start. He is now 10 positions up from his starting position, and he is actually virtually in P4, maybe even P3, because we've got Pierre Deleur. But we'll have to see at the restart. I think Nathan Marriott is also having a really good race. Morris Schumer, he had a brief moment there with Julius Gassner just before the safety car got caused. By himself, actually. Then we've got Avesta Gowadi in P9 on the new hards. Luke Davies following him in P10. Then we've got Tyler Davison in P11. We've actually got Tim Den Higher ahead of Legend here. So Tim Den Higher will need to play the team game. We will need to try something to at least let Legend pass here at the start. Because Tim, he is on all tires. Yep. And Legend Rosenberg, he is on the new hards. Same goes for Jetton Pangaru, who is still driving a very good race. He got a bit unlucky here with this safety car. Of course, Luke Davies pitting ahead of him, which now puts him behind a little. But I think he would have come out on this position anyway, because he's got Legend right in front of him. Actually, no, he lost the position to Legend because of the safety car pit stop stuff. But yeah, Red Bull P3 and P4, that's a really great result for them so far. But they need to look behind, because they've got, well, there's some people here who are on tires just as old as they have. Matthew Cobbs, Nathan Merritt, although Nathan is actually on the newer tires. Same goes for Julius and for Morris here. But then, of course, we've got the previously front 5. We've got Avesta, Luke Davies, Tyler, Legend and Jetton. They will, of course, try and make up some ground here, hoping to not get a safety car again, because that would be a shame for them. We've got a safety car in this lap, and I believe that will be the first time for Pierre to learn here that he can do the restart. He's got Juan Hernandez behind him, who is also someone who is not afraid to make a dive bomb into turn 1. Let's say that at least. But yeah, when will Pierre Deleur go? He is going now. Coming around the last turn. Is he going actually? Yeah, he's gone. Green flag again, as we've got Callum Birch right behind Juan Hernandez here. Can he go for the dive bomb here? Juan Hernandez not really awake there for the restart of Pierre. But he's going for it now. He's going for it. Can he do it here? Not yet. He's not going for it just yet. As we've... Oh. Wrong button. Oh, Callum Birch and Juan Hernandez side by side here. They've managed to line up in single file, as we've got Julius Gassner here fighting Luke Davies. Avesta Gabadi, he has gone up one position. Of course, Julius wants to hold up Luke Davies. This is all legal because there's no blue flag involved. This is for position. As we've got Pierre Deleur now down to P3, as expected a bit. Callum Birch, who is still right behind Juan Hernandez here. Can they fight for a while? Legend Rosenberg into P11, fighting with Julius as well. Julius is really going at it here. Then we've got Avesta Gabadi just overtaking Nathan Marriott here on the restart lap into turn 12. He will, of course, look to overtake Sam Fade, who had a really great position from the restart, but he just not manages to get the pace going here. Avesta not wanting to spend any ERS here on this overtake, going for it here into turn 1 as we have Matthew Cobbs ahead of him, who is overtaking Pierre Deleur. Then we've got Chatton overtaking Julius. Julius is really tumbling down the order here. Sam Fade and Avesta Gabadi here fighting. We've got a lot of people fighting actually. Nathan Marriott was briefly looking for a move there, but he just can't do it. We've got Luke Davies right behind, then Tyler Davison, then Legend Rosenberg. Avesta Gabadi is moving up a lot of places, but of course we've got Juan Hernandez here, who is in the best position to win the race from this point on. We're in lap 16, just under 20 laps to go until the end. Can Legend Rosenberg get a great result here? Because last time out he of course won the race with these. He had Lewis McWilliam behind him for a long time until Lewis made a slight mistake, as we have people fighting it out here in front. Luke trying to make an overtake on Nathan, but Nathan is of course on the newer tire. Well, not the newer tire, but the fresher medium, which usually has more grip. Oh, Callum, he's gone for a move. Callum has gone for a move on Juan Hernandez here, taking over the lead. He's of course on only 8 lap old hard, so it's still plenty of chances here for Callum if he can just keep the pace here. We've got someone down. I think that's Tim. That is Tim. Oh, side by side here for Lightning Luke Davies and Pierre Deleur, who's gone off track and now obtained a 3-second penalty. That's 3 positions for Tyler here, who was right behind them. Luke is not having it here. He is really fighting hard with a lot of people and he is not making up a lot of ground. Of course, he was in a great position just before the safety car. He was in P2, but now he's lost out to Tyler and some people ahead of him. Sam Fade is really pushing Nathan here. Does Nathan have damage? Because Nathan seems to be struggling a lot. He's 2 seconds down on Avesta Gabadi, who is looking to get the DRS here from Matthew Cobbs. He's only 1.1 seconds away from Matthew here, just a tenth over the DRS. Sam Fade, can he go for a move here on Nathan Marriott on lap 18? No, surely not. But right behind him is Tyler Davison, who is of course known for the dive into turn 1. It's not as spectacular, but he's getting it done here. Into turn 1, moving up position from Sam Fade, and following him is Legend Rosenberg, who is of course looking to make up some positions after the dramatic events, let's say, that happened during the race. Legend was involved in some spinning. Avesta has managed to catch up to the front 4 here. Right behind Matthew Cobbs, who of course has this 3-second penalty. That's really going to put him down at the end. Maybe not too many positions, but of course he is on the podium now, provisionally. And if he gets the 3 seconds, then he would lose it to Avesta. But Avesta is of course looking to make up some more positions. Avesta is looking to win this race because he's got a lot of pace here. The two who were supposed to follow him were Tyler Davison and Legend Rosenberg and possibly Luke Davies, but they're 3 to 4 seconds down on him. So this is great for Avesta, as we've just seen Tyler Davison flying past. Same goes for Legend Rosenberg. 2 in 1, you could say, and Nathan Marriott is struggling. He is really struggling. I don't know if he has damage, but it seems that he has a lot of understeer, although this turn seems to be going right for him. He's of course on the mediums, which will die likely very soon. And he's got a lot of hard runners right behind him. Then we've got Maris Schumer now. He has managed to pick up 3 seconds. Same goes for Julius Gassner, once again getting that 3 seconds. This is not the day of Julius. He's giving it his best. He's now on 9 seconds. That's going to put him far down the order. I don't think there's a chance for points here for Julius. But yeah, Juan Hernandez moving up 5 positions from his starting position, which was P7. We've got Matthew Cobbs, who had an incident at the start of the race, but he's now into P3 again. The penalty, of course, will put him down a little bit, but he's not in a bad position. He's managed to climb up the order once again. And we've got Tyler, who is looking to close the gap to Avesta. He's managed to go from 3.3 last lap to now 2.9, but next to him he has Legend Rosenberg on the outside of turn 1. Who gets the better grip here coming out of turn 1? It will be Legend around the outside here on Tyler Davidson. Luke Davies, he's managed to lose DRS once again, which is a shame for him, and he has Nathan Merritt behind him on 3/10. Luke Davies once again not really looking promising here. The pace, he's just lacking it a little bit, and that's going to cost him here, because if he cannot keep up with the front two here, his chances of possibly a podium will be gone, I'd say. As Avesta is looking at the rear of Matthew Cobbs here, he is now close the gap to within 2/10 here actually, as he was just on 1.1 seconds a few laps ago. Is he going to look for a move here? Coming out of the left turn, he has a lot of ERS here to push Matthew. Matthew has a lot of ERS to defend, as we've just got Legend Rosenberg going for the fast lap here, 16.2. They're moving up ground together with Tyler Davison. They are looking to close in on Avesta here, who is still behind the top 3 here, which is Callum Birch. Then we've got Juan Hernandez. Then we've got Matthew Cobbs. Then of course Avesta, Legend, who is looking to close the gap, Tyler Davison. Then we've got Luke Davies in P7, who has lost the DRS, so he is really struggling a lot here. Then we've got Sam Fade, who is actually closing in a little on Luke Davies here. Then we've got Nathan Merritt, who is struggling a lot. His pace seems to be fine, but he's going down the order just a little bit. Then we've got Jatton, who had a really promising race at the start. He's now into P10, so he will likely get some points, as he's on a great tire here. Of course, the somewhat new hards, although we should not call them very new anymore. They're 8 laps old, but they're the fresher of the pair compared to a lot of people on the grid. Let's say, of course, Callum Bird, Matthew Cobbs here. And we've got Pierre Deleuran, who is still on that old set of hards. Same goes for Tim and I, actually. And Matthew Stotts and Liam Houseman, who is, I believe, still disconnected from the session. As we've just missed the overtake from Avesta Kobahadi on Matthew Cobbs here into P3. Is Avesta looking to win this race, or is he just playing it safe for the podium? Well, it wouldn't be Avesta if he didn't go for it, so I think he's going for it near the end. We've got Juan Hernandez, who still has a lot of ERS here, following Callum, who still has a lot of ERS as well. Legend Rosenberg is looking to close the gap. He is now gaining about 5/10 each lap. We're in lap 22. So come the end of lap 24, maybe even this lap, because he's gaining really quickly here, he might get into the DRS here of Matthew Cobbs and fight for that 4th position and maybe even more. He's of course looking to win this race because he got into an incident earlier on. Now he needs to make up a lot of positions here. He's done that. He's made up a lot of positions, but there's still 4 to go before you get that P1 in front of your name, as we've just got Juan Hernandez now moving down the inside on Callum Birch into turn 1. Then we've got Callum Birch with the switchback on Juan Hernandez, and he is now keeping P1. Need to give Callum some respect here because he's leading the pack comfortably with 14 lap old hearts. The Juan stars are 3 laps fresher. Now we've got, of course, Avesta, who is now right behind him, as we've just got Sam Fate with 3 seconds. That is a shame for him. He was on to put in a great race here. P8, a lot of points. Now he's going to drop all the way to P10 virtually, as he has Nathan Marriott and Chadden Pengrue right behind him. As Legend Rosenberg and Tyler Davison have just managed to get into the DRS train in front. This is really close. Oh, Jatin. 3 seconds as well. There is going to be a point where the 3 seconds don't matter anymore because everyone's going to have 3 seconds. We're going to look at Avesta here. Same goes for Juan Hernandez, but we're looking from the point of view from Avesta. Juan Hernandez going down the inside. Is Avesta going with him? No, not just yet, but Juan Hernandez making a move for the lead here. Now we've got Avesta Gobadi on his right. He was shortly looking to make a move, but Callum got enough traction out of that turn to keep his second position. But we've got Juan Hernandez leading the pack now, and oh, moment there for Callum Birch, who is looking to make a move in this turn. That's very, very risky. That's what I was searching for. That's a very risky move. If he would have done that, of course he didn't. But then we've got Matthew Cobbs now right on the end of Avesta here, but he's just losing it on the traction here. It will be a fierce fight here for P6. We've just got over 10 laps to go, as we've got Liam Houseman here, who is still disconnected. He might actually end up giving Juan some DRS here. No, he will not. The detection point is in 3, 2, 1 here, so Juan Hernandez will not get DRS. Who will get DRS is Callum Birch, Avesta Gobadi, Matthew Cobbs, Legend Rosenberg, Tyler Davison, not Luke Davies because he is 2.4 seconds down. Sam Fate is 4 seconds to Luke Davies, but stuff is happening here. Legend Rosenberg going for a move on Matthew Cobbs. That's come from really quite some distance now. I believe he was further back from Matthew, but he's actually managed to make the move here, go into P4. He is looking to win the race, as we just have 10 laps to go, excluding this one. So 11 laps if we include this one. We've got a Haas here who's getting a blue flag. That's Matthew Stotts, I believe. But this is going to be very close. We've got Tyler Davison and Matthew Cobbs, of course, still following the pack. Matthew Cobbs with the 3 seconds. That's going to surely make him last of this group if no one else picks up a penalty. Juan cannot break the DRS here. He needs to keep his lead as long as possible, try and defend as long as possible, and hope he does not get a dive bomb in the last lap. Juan, of course, had a performance like this last week. This time he is actually leading the race. Last week he was making up some ground, as we've got Callum Birch here with Avesta right behind him, but Callum Birch is making a move into P1. Can Avesta benefit from this? Oh, contact there. Avesta around the outside of Juan Hernandez. He's going deep here. And we have Legend looking, of course, at it. Oh, contact. Avesta making short contact with Juan Hernandez there for P2. They're really fighting for it once again, as we've got Morris Tumor into the pits. But Legend, he just needs to wait for an incident happening in front of him, as we've got Tyler Davison now making a move on Matthew Cobbs into P5. It's really going to be Legend and Tyler who's just going to wait for whatever is happening in front of him. Avesta almost sliding out there, but he's kept it straight, and here we have Callum Birch, who is leading with 6/10. These two, P2 and P3, they're really fighting for it. They're really making the moves here. And we have Legend Rosenberg and Tyler Davison, who will just stay behind, or will they? Because we've got Legend Rosenberg. Will he go for a move here on Avesta? I don't think he will. Oh, shortly. Oh, not the best traction there for Avesta coming out of turn 1. I thought Juan Hernandez was going for a move there, but that's just... I saw that wrong. So it's really the top 6 here for the last 8 laps, as we just got a yellow flag, and that is Tim Den Haier spinning. He's not having a great race here. Just as last week, he was not having a great race last week. This time, he's not having a great one either. Nathan Marriott in P10. Chatton, of course, he has 3 seconds. Same goes for Sam Fate. Luke Davies, he might benefit from those 3 seconds ahead, or actually might get the DRS here because he's only 1.3 seconds away. He has magically managed to close the gap here. Can he put himself into the mix for those last few laps of course, pure chaos, because we know what's going to happen. They're not going to sit still, they're not going to wait until the finish comes, they're just going to fight for it and try and get that P1. Of course, it's in the hands of Callum Birch right now, but... oh, moment again. Morris Schumer. He is fighting with Tim Den Haier here. Please don't cause a safety car. The best thing that Callum can do here is just keep it in P1 as long as possible. Of course, that sounds really logical, but when you're in P2 on the last lap and you're 2 tenths behind the guy ahead of you, you're very likely to overtake them on the straight. So Callum just needs to maintain this P1 here. He might get P1 if he's lucky with the defense, but if he stays P1 until the last lap, then surely you're going to have Juan Hernandez going for a move there. But if he loses that position, then he will still get P2. So that will be a great result for Callum. Just make sure you don't tumble down the order, because you've got 3, well actually 4, maybe even 5, if Luke Davies can manage to catch up as he's just done. Then you're going to have 5 people with no penalties who are very quick. They will go for it on the last 6 laps. Do we have Juan Hernandez going for a move down here? No, not yet. Not yet. Juan will be waiting until the last lap. Tyler is managing the ERS very well. Same goes for Legend, of course. Then we've got Avesta, who is using a little more than that, but still comfortably with some ERS. As we've got someone going for the softs here. Nathan Marriott, he is going for a set of softs. And will he go for an attempt at the fastest lap here? Because he's of course got Pierre, his teammate for this race, ahead of him in P10. This is actually a really smart move from Nathan, because if he can get that fastest lap, they might actually get 2 points from McLaren, because there's no rule where you need to finish into the top 10 to get the fastest lap point in this particular league. So Nathan Marriott can actually manage to get 2 points from McLaren here instead of just 1. When will the chaos happen here? When will people go for it? We've got Matthew Cobbs, who is a bit behind. Then we've got, of course, Luke Davies, who is still looking to get in front. But we have people side by side here. Legend Rosenberg is making a move on Avesta. Avesta, oh, just not about spinning. Oh, Tyler's going off the track. Tyler's going off the track, and we've got Luke Davies now into P6, Matthew Cobbs into P5, and we have a virtual safety car. Sam Fate, he has not made it to turn 2 there on lap 30. Will we have people pitting here? Will we see Callum, Juan, Legend, anyone go for a set of softs? It will be risky, but there might be a great reward. those of you who are asking themselves, where is Evan? He's got a bit sick last week, so he's not here today. I said that in the attempts of starting the stream here before I had no audio. Hopefully it's all fixed now. Oh, what is happening here? Callum Birch. He's got a drive-through and that's going to end his race here. Most likely. We've got Legend Rosenberg into P2. Then we've got Juan Hernandez in P1. Callum Birch holding it around the outside here, but not managing to get the position. Avesta was sleeping. Same for Matthew Cobbs. Luke is on the tail of Matthew Cobbs here, so he's really looking to make up some positions here. Avesta Gabadi, he's just missing that fighting spirit here at the end. He has, of course, still 5 laps to get it back. And he will, of course, gain a position automatically because Callum Birch has that drive-through penalty from speeding over the delta under the virtual safety car restart, which is really a shame. That's going to cost him a lot of points. He was leading comfortably here, really managing it well, and now he's going to lose all that here because there is no safety car either. We have 4 laps left. If there was to come a safety car, it would have been to be right now, which I don't see happening really, to be honest. But we've got these two at the front once again, as we saw many times before. Juan Hernandez and Legend Rosenberg. Will Legend go for a move here on the inside of Juan Hernandez? Yes, he will. It will be an easy move actually, because he can slightly go back to his line, but he just outbrakes himself here a little bit, and that allows Legend Rosenberg to go for the switch back, coming on to the tight left-hander here, which is almost an hairpin, to be fair. Legend Rosenberg managing to complete the overtake. It was not in the way he would have wanted it, maybe, but he has got it done, and he is now leading the race once again. Oh, big snap for Legend there, but he's kept it out. If you were to put your money on Legend Rosenberg at the start here, I would have absolutely believed you, given you the yes, because that's of course what you would normally do if you were to put any money on someone winning here, although that's not really what we're supposed to do here. Legend Rosenberg, of course, being the favorite to win every race, although he was down this race. Contact with Avesta, and then later on he spun, but he's now leading once again. Phenomenal job from Legend Rosenberg, as we've got Tyler Davison moving up 1 position from Luke Davies, who still does not manage to keep up. Luke Davies, he had numerous of chances here to get onto the front group, but he just seems to be lacking the pace. He's also lacking a lot of ERS here. Same goes for Tyler, but he had to complete an overtake. Vesta is still keeping his ERS around half of the bar. Then we've got Juan Hernandez, who is following Legend here on 21 lap old hearts. Let's not forget Pierre here. 28 lap old hearts. First of all, why? And second of all, he's doing a great job here to drive on the 28 lap old hearts. We've got Julius Gassner, who has just pit for the softer tire, looking to get that fastest lap, just as he got that last time round when we were in Australia. I managed to get a 17.2 there in the race. Now he will be looking to get, where can I get the fastest lap? It's still in the hands of Legend Rosenberg, who is leading, so a 23-point race here for Legend if it stays like this. But we've got Julius, and we had Nathan, who did not manage to get that point. Julius will be looking to get it by the end. But we're not done yet. We have Callum overtaking Jatten here drive-through penalty, and we just have 1.5 laps to go. It's certainly over for Matthew Kops now. Someone has spun again. It's going to be Tim and Higher once again. His teammate is leading. We have just over 1 lap to go. Will Juan Hernandez go for the move, or will he keep it here? Let's get the intervals here. Juan Hernandez 6 tenths behind. He needs to make a move here. There is no other place on this track where you can make a move to get P1. Right behind him we've got Avesta Gobadi, as Julius has just got the fastest lap, a 16 flat here. Luke is right behind, but do we have Juan Hernandez going for a move here? Certainly no, he will not go for a move. Legend Rosenberg will lead the last lap coming out of turn 1. Right behind him is Juan Hernandez, and then of course Avesta Gobadi in P3. Can Avesta make a move come the end of this race? It's been a long one, but it's certainly not been as hectic as we've seen countless times before. I think they've managed to keep it clean all the way through. Let's hope they can keep it clean till the end here. Luke Davies will not manage to get a position here, as we've got Juan Hernandez and Avesta Gobadi causing the chaos here at the end. And now we have Tyler Davison in P2 and Legend Rosenberg. He is 3 seconds clear. What happened there? Luke Davies. He once again gets the luck on his side here. Certainly didn't put up too great of a performance throughout this race, but he's going to get P4 unless something really crazy happens here in this last turn. Legend Rosenberg winning the race here in Hungary. Then we've got Tyler Davison in P2. Oh, Juan Hernandez in P3, Luke Davies in P4, Matthew Kops in P5, Avesta Gobadi, I don't know what happened there, but he's managed to retire before the end there. Callum Birch into P6 after that unfortunate drive-through penalty. Jatin Pengru, he could not follow the group ahead, but still managed to get here P7. Then we've got Nathan Marriott, who has actually managed to get P9 here, and then, well, it will be P8, and then P9 for Pierre Deleuran. Now we've got Mjor Stumer, who will pick up the last point here, most likely, if he can keep it out of the wall for one more turn. He can. And then, just as I was saying, we've of course got Julius, who is still quite far down from Mjor Stumer. He will get that P11 and the fastest lap. So points for the top 11 here. And Tim Den Higher with another quite disappointing race. Matthew Stotts, I don't know what happened. I think he disconnected. Same, of course, goes for Liam Huisman. Sam Fate in P16 after retiring. And same goes for Adrian Tishy. That's a very similar picture to last week. Mercedes on the top step. Legend Rosenberg claims a victory here in Hungary after claiming victory the last 2 times in Australia and Texas. He is now on a perfect streak, you could say. And next week we are going to Saudi Arabia. Once again, we have the list here. Legend Rosenberg winning here in Hungary on the perfect streak. Then we've got Tyler Davison, who just managed to get the luck on his side here. Had an unfortunate start, but he gets P2 done. Juan Hernandez, in my opinion, driver of the day, getting P3 here. Luke Davies into P4. Matthew Kops in P5. Great race from him. Callum Burch, unlucky drive-through, but he gets P6. Jatin Penguru P7. Nathan Marriott P8. Pierre Deleuran P9. Mjor Stumer P10. Julius Gassner P11. Avesta Gobadi P12. Tim Den Higher P13. Matthew Stotts P14. And Liam Huisman in P15. With behind those guys retiring Sam Fate and Adrian Tishy. That will be it for today, folks. Hopefully next week Evan will be back to lead the commentary here. I hope you enjoyed this one. I certainly did. And well, till next week then. Goodbye.